Welcome back to Elite Rentals. Today, we're talking about Billionaires' secret yacht charter destinations for 2026. The places where serious yacht travelers go when they want privacy, raw beauty, and a sense of discovery. We'll look at 5 real yachts that actually charter these frontiers, what they cost, what they do well, and a few insider tips for planning the perfect season. As always, we've included yachts at a range of price points, from an elegant 30-meter Ferretti to a 70-plus meter Ice-class Explorer. So no matter your style or budget, there's something here for you. If you're ready to explore your dream charter, visit Elite Rentals today. Let's start with a Mediterranean wildcard that almost no one expects. The Albanian Riviera. A short hop from Corfu, but a world away from crowded marinas, you'll find pale sand bays, limestone cliffs, and the protected waters of the Karaburun-Sazan Marine Park. It's quiet, surprisingly pristine, and still under the radar for 2026. The ideal entry-lux platform here is the 30.6-meter Ferretti Custom Line Julie M. Built by Ferretti Custom Line and designed for comfortable coastal cruising, she's a sweet spot for families or 2 couples who want privacy without a huge footprint. Typical weekly rates start around $60,000 plus expenses, which puts her firmly in the entry luxury bracket, but the experience feels far bigger than the price suggests. She accommodates up to 12 guests in 5 cabins, with a bright main salon and a flybridge that's perfect for sunset runs along Ksamil and Dermi. Signature features that stand out: stabilizers to keep things comfortable if you encounter a Meltemi Day crossing from Corfu, a shallow draft to slip into smaller bays, and a flexible cabin layout, helpful when you're mixing adults and kids. From my experience, most first-time charterers overlook the importance of a yacht's draft for these secret coastlines. On the Albanian Riviera, that shallow draft means you can anchor closer to shore and tender in quickly to quiet beaches. Insider tip: plan clearance timing. You'll typically stage in Corfu or the Ionian, clear into Albania at Sarande, and then work north. Ksamil's blue shallows, the caves along Karaburun, and the empty coves near Jal. It's quick, it's discreet, and it's very doable over a week. A small tip if you're planning this: pack soft luggage and light sneakers for rockier shore landings. And if you want local flavour, we'll line up a low-key seaside taverna with a private docking window. Easy to arrange when you're not fighting for space in a busy marina. Quick note while we're here: Elite Rentals curates bespoke itineraries across the Med that avoid the obvious crowds. If you want Corfu to Albania handled end-to-end, permits, customs, quiet anchorages, we'll take care of it. From quiet Ionian waters, let's jump to one of the most powerful wilderness coastlines on Earth, Australia's Kimberley. Think 10-meter tides, river gorges that feel prehistoric, and reefs that appear and disappear with the moon. This is where a proper expedition-style yacht shines. Meet Akiko, a 34-meter Explorer built by Alloy Yachts. She's a proven platform in Western Australia, designed for remote cruising with serious tenders, fishing and dive gear, and a skilled crew who know the Kimberley's rhythm. Weekly rates typically start around AUD 165,000 plus expenses, about $110,000 US, and she sleeps up to 10 guests across flexible cabins that work well for families. Signature features here: robust tenders for fast runs up tidal rivers, a great aft setup for fishing and diving, and the kind of crew who time your day around the tides, which is exactly how you unlock Montgomery Reef and Horizontal Falls. A detail worth noticing is how Akiko's team stages the day. You'll hit King George Falls on the right tide for tender access, then slide into Cyclone Creek with glassy light. Most clients don't realise how much the tide dictates the magic in the Kimberley. Get it wrong and you miss the show. Get it right and it's life-affirming. Book mid-season, June-August, for calmer conditions and cooler temps. If you want a helicopter add-on for the Mitchell Plateau or to reach those orange escarpments after a rain, we'll align local flight operators with your yacht schedule. And one practical note: you'll embark in Broome or Wyndham, depending on your route. We'll plan light provisioning days to keep you remote without running into town. If you're thinking, that's the kind of expedition I want, Elite Rentals designs Kimberley charters that line up the best guides, the right tide windows, and private access where it matters. Next, the Coral Triangle's most coveted corner, Raja Ampat and Triton Bay, Indonesia. This is where biodiversity goes off the charts. Soft corals, manta cleaning stations, and jungle-topped karst islets that look like a private galaxy. It's remote, it's protected, and it rewards a yacht with serious dive capability. The right match here is Lamima, a 65.2-meter, fully crewed luxury Finnissy built by Italthai Marine, designed by Marcelo Penna, and purpose-built for Indonesian waters. She accommodates up to 14 guests and carries a full Padai dive center with compressors, equipment, and an experienced dive team. Weekly rates typically start around $175,000 plus expenses. Excellent value for a 65-metre yacht with this level of onboard expedition equipment. Signature features: 2 large tenders for dive operations, onboard spa therapists for post-dive recovery, and expansive deck space that works beautifully for sunrise yoga when you're anchored off Pianimo or Wayag. A detail many divers appreciate is Lamima's smooth dive choreography. Gear up stations, camera tables, and smart tender rotations mean you spend more time in the water and less time waiting on the platform. Insider tips for Raja Ampat and Triton Bay. The prime season is roughly October through April for calmer seas. We secure your Raja Ampat permits in advance and build a flow that might include Misul's southern reefs, a whale shark encounter with local Bagan fishermen near Triton Bay, and a few days amid the limestone towers of Wayag. Most clients don't realize how good the night diving is here. You'll see a completely different world after dark. If you're traveling with non-divers, we'll thread in quiet bays, paddleboard sessions at slack tide, and a beach barbecue far from anyone else. Mid-roll moment. If this is inspiring you to finally tick Indonesia off your list, Elite Rentals handles everything from permits and local guides to private seaplane transfers into Sorong or Kaimana. Discover the world's finest yachts exclusively with Elite Rentals. From coral labyrinths, we head north into polar light, Svalbard, high in the Norwegian Arctic. It's a place of glacier fronts, drifting ice, and vast silence, best seen from a tough little expedition yacht that can operate comfortably in extreme conditions. Hansi Explorer fits that role perfectly. At 4776 metres, built by Fasma Werft, she's a true expedition vessel with an ice-class hull, excellent seakeeping, and the kit you want for the high north, ribs for ice edge scouting, kayaks, and experienced polar guides. Weekly rates typically start around $235,000 plus expenses, about $255,000, with accommodations for up to 12 guests. Signature features: a robust purpose-built platform with wide working decks and an operations-minded crew who know Svalbard permits, wildlife protocols, and ice conditions. From my experience, a yacht like Hansi Explorer makes the difference between we saw some glaciers and we landed on an ice-free beach at midnight sun. The water like glass, and watched a whale roll at the edge. And the yacht's pace is unpretentious but surgically effective and ideal for serious travellers. Insider tip: timing matters. Late May through July brings the midnight sun and vibrant seabird cliffs. Late August into early September can bring darker skies, less ice, and sometimes a hint of northern lights. We'll arrange an armed polar bear guard for landings, required here, and align daily plans with weather windows, pack layers, soft duffel bags, and polarized glasses. You'll be in and out of RIBs often, and light compressible gear is your friend. If you're thinking Arctic for 2026, Elite Rentals curates polar charters with the right expedition leaders, photographers, and naturalists, the kind of experts who maximize your time while staying strictly within Svalbard's environmental rules. Finally, let's go to one of the most quietly spectacular yachting frontiers on Earth. Chilean Patagonia, a maze of fjords, tidewater glaciers, and silent anchorages where the mountains fall straight into the sea. This is the arena for a modern explorer with range, stability, and a helideck. Planet 9 is that yacht, a 73.2-metre ice-class explorer built by Admiral, the Italian Sea Group. She combines true expedition capability with refined interiors. Weekly rates typically start around $650,000 plus expenses, roughly $700,000, and she accommodates up to 12 guests in spacious suites. Her certified helideck and hangar, cinema, and glass-wrapped observation lounge make long-range days both exciting and genuinely comfortable. Signature features: a helideck for scouting weather windows or reaching remote valleys, serious tenders for glacier front landings, and expedition-grade stability. Most clients don't realize how fast conditions shift in Patagonia. Having a helicopter and a planning forward bridge team means you can thread the needle between katabatic winds and get right up to the face of Pio Ifins or into Estero de las Montañas when it's clear. Insider tips: you'll likely embark in Puerto Montt or Punta Arenas, depending on the plan. Chile requires pilots and a web of Armada permits. We manage these with a long runway and set you up with bilingual mountain and glaciology guides. The sweet spot is November through March. We'll design days that pair glacier runs with quiet evenings in forested coves. And when the weather opens, we'll lift for a heli picnic on a ridgeline or a short alpine trek well away from the cruise routes. A quick reminder: Elite Rentals specializes in complex expeditions. Patagonia, Antarctica gateways, the Arctic, and far-flung island arcs. If your 2026 calendar is flexible, we'll place holds early and align yacht and guide availability before the peak season locks up. Let's recap the value across these 5. At the entry level, Julie M offers a polished private way to see an uncrowded Mediterranean coastline at around $60,000 per week plus expenses. Step into Expedition Light with a Kiko in the Kimberley, where around AUD 165,000 per week unlocks tidal spectacles very few people ever see. For a full-on dive frontier, Lamima at about $175,000 per week comes with the dive infrastructure to make Rasha Ampat smooth and safe. If you want Arctic capability without going to 70 meters, Hansi Explorer is a proven ice-class workhorse. And for the ultimate private expedition, Planet 9 at roughly $650,000 per week brings helicopter flexibility, serious range, and the crew depth to choreograph Patagonia precisely. A detail worth noticing across all 5, the yacht has to match the destination's personality. It's not about size for its own sake, it's about the right tool for the mission. If you're picturing yourself in one of these places next year, Elite Rentals curates bespoke itineraries with the right yacht at the right time with the right team. Discover the world's finest yachts exclusively with Elite Rentals. Ready to step aboard your dream yacht? Visit Elite Rentals to begin your journey.